In this video, I would like to show you how to go through the pre-invoice scenario in the intercompany module. So I will show that actually the process is very similar to the basic intercompany process. However, the last step will be a bit different. So for what scenario we are using pre-invoice is when the goods which are shipped by the intercompany partners are in transit many days or month or more, and we would like to have we would like to finalize the purchase order and have goods on the stock. So how to do that? So I have two companies here. One is the Kronos Denmark, which is a buyer company, and the Kronos Germany, which is a seller company. So in the buyer company, I am going to create new purchase order. So as the vendor, I'm going to choose Kronos Germany. I will not describe everything in details because that was described in the video about the basic intercompany process. So please see it if you didn't yet. So document has been marked as the intercompany document. On the line, I am going to choose bicycles for 100 pieces. And the difference between that process and the standard basic intercompany process is that we have to specify location code. I will describe later why, but we need that here on the line. So this is of course location where we expect to receive the goods. So I'm going to release this document. So the status is outbound. So I am going to send it. Now I am switching to the seller company and open the sales buffer documents because that will be the sales order. So edit and validate. So we see that there is a sales document. We see information about there will be the sales document. We see information about the external documents, so the purchase order number. The sell to customer is automatically validated because we have set up for that customer. We see also the line. So I'm going to accept that document, which will create new sales order. Okay. And let's agree that everything is fine here. We will not change anything on the lines. The status is new, which means it's just newly created by the intercompany module. So I'm going to release this document and send it. And then when I switch back to the purchase order to the buyer company and refresh, we have status accepted, so it's confirmed by our intercompany partner. So I am going to the purchase buffer and validate, and I will accept it. So that will update my sales order, and status is confirmed. So I am going to send this information to the partner, and then I can switch to the sales company, to the seller, and refresh. So we have confirmed status. So negotiations has been finished. So from the seller company now, from the Kronos Germany, I would like to ship the goods. So I am going to post shipment, and from the posted say shipment, I will send notification to the intercompany partner. So I can use the intercompany send action and send it. Okay, so then I'm switching back to the purchase order and refresh. So we have new document in the buffer. I am going to edit and validate that buffer. So we have here shipment notification. We see also information about the posted stage shipment. So I am accept that buffer, and when I scroll right on the lines, we have information that the everything has been fully shipped by our intercompany partner, and we see the details in the when we look up to this field, we see the shipment number and the quantity. So the goods has been shipped, but we cannot automatically post receive because for some reason goods can be in transit, so there can be some human mistake or something, and they cannot arrive for some reason. So we cannot do this automation here. But The next step will be to switch the seller company and post and finalize this order. So I'm going to post invoice. And like the sales shipment, I will send this posted sales invoice to the intercompany partner. So again, I'm using report to send it. Okay, and I'm switching back to the purchase order. Status has been changed to closed, so it means it's our intercompany partner post invoice. And when I navigate to the buffer and validate this buffer, we see that we have invoice now. And the difference again between the basic scenario and that is we can mark this buffer as the pre-invoice. Then we have information that if there is some receipt, the local receipt, we would like to delete them. We don't have, but we can confirm that. And when I accept that buffer, that will actually fully post my purchase order. So post receipt and post invoice. That will also create the transfer order in the background. So when I come back here, my purchase order has been fully posted, so it's not visible. And when I go to the transfer orders, I can find that the last one. And what we have here, we see that there is a transfer order from location pre-invoice to location east. Uh, this this transfer has been also already shipped. Well, this is depend on the setup. Here I will talk a few words about the setup. So how it works. Um, in the background, on the purchase, when we post the buffer on the purchase order, intercompany change the location from the east to the location set up in the intercompany setup page. So here we have FastApp pre-invoice where we need to specify whether it's enabled and the pre-invoice location and whether it should be automatically post-transfer shipment. That's why we have transfer from pre-invoice to final location where we expect the goods, so to the east. So the next step will be, of course, to post this transfer. Yeah, but we have, of course, specified the quantity. Okay, that document required the warehouse document. So let's create it. So I'm going to actions, functions, and create warehouse receipt. Okay, and I will post this receipt, which will post, of course, the transfer. So now let's take a look for the item ledger entries. So when I'm going to item ledger entries, ledger. Okay, it's that one. So what we have here, there was a purchase receipt, so on our purchase order to the pre-invoice location. So in the background, intercompany change location on the purchase document. Then there was created the transfer and automatically post shipment from pre-invoice to in transit location. Then when the goods arrive, finally we can finalize the transfer and post from the transit to the final east location.